Lactantius Epitome of the Divine Institutes, Episode 35. Hi omnes, de quibus dixi, Sibyllae praeter cumaiam, quam legi nisi a quindecim viris non licet, unum deum esse testantur, principem, conditorem, parderentem, non ab ullo generatum, sed a se ipso fatum, qui a fuerit a saeculis, et sit futurus in saecula, et id circo solus coli debeat, solus timerdri, solus a cunctis viventibus honorari. As Lactantius continues, he is no longer quoting from Varro the historian, but speaking in his own voice, in propria persona. All of these, about whom I have spoken, all of these sibyls, Sibyllae, so hi omnes and Sibyllae, feminine plural, and nominative because they are the subjects of testantur. Or more specifically, Sibyllae is the subject, hi omnes are adjectives modifying Sibyllae. All of these sibyls, about whom I have spoken, except for the Cumaian sibyl, notice that praeter takes only the accusative case, this particular preposition. So cumaiam, therefore, is feminine singular and accusative. It's technically an adjective, but it refers to the Cumaian sibyl. So, all of these sibyls about whom I have spoken, except for the Cumaian sibyl, whom it is not permitted to read except by the quindecimvirs. So, quam here is feminine singular and accusative, because feminine and singular, the antecedent is cumaiam, accusative because it's the subject of legi. Now, legi is an infinitive from lego, legere, and it's a passive infinitive in the present tense. So whom it is not permitted to be read, is what I should have said the first time, whom one may not read except by the quindecimvirs. So this is the college of 15 men. They were priests, and they alone had access to the Sibylline books, is what Lactantius is telling us. So only they could read the books of the Cumaian sibyl. And quindecim viris is masculine, plural, and it is an ablative of agent, ablativus agentis, we would say in Latin, the ablativus agentis, because there is a passive verb, legi, and so this is an ablative of agency. So now we're back to the main clause. All these sibyls testantur, they testify or they give evidence, unum deum esse, that there is one God. Testantur is a third plural, it's a present indicative, and it's passive in voice. This is a deponent verb. It's a first conjugation verb, moreover, testor and testari. That's the second principal part. The third principal part is testatus. It introduces oratio obliqua, indirect discourse. They testify that there is one God. So that's why we have esse here, with deum in the masculine singular accusative as subject. Remember that only an accusative can be the subject of an infinitive, normally speaking. They testify that there is one God, unum deum. He is principem, the ruler, also masculine singular accusative. He's conditorem, the creator, also masculine singular and accusative. He is parderentem, he is the father, likewise same gender number and case. They testify, moreover, that he is non generatum, not generated by anyone, but made by himself, from himself. Now, this form here is fatum, but unless I've misunderstood something, I think this is a typo for factum. Fatum means to be said. It is from the verb for, fari, deponent first conjugation verb for, fari, fatum. I don't think that meaning works here, but I could be mistaken. So I believe this is probably a typo for factum. So he is made by himself, or he comes from himself. Now we're going to get a series of relative clauses from qui here right until the end. Really only one relative clause, but it has multiple parts. Fuerit, sit futurus, coli debeat, and then more infinitives, timeri and honorari. So this God is one who both was from ages past or from eternity, so fuerit is subjunctive, and he will be, sit futurus, to ages or to eternity. So here is another subjunctive. And therefore, for that reason, he alone, solus, coli debeat, ought to be worshipped. Here's our first passive infinitive. He alone, solus, ought, debeat again is understood, to be feared. He alone, solus, debeat understood once again, ought to be honored or reverenced, acunctis viventibus, by all living things. So 3 infinitives, 3 subjunctives, fuerit, sit futurus, and debeat. Then we have 3 instances of solus, 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 solus. I suspect there is a Trinitarian element here in Lactantius's phraseology. And finally, acunctis viventibus. Cunctis viventibus, masculine, plural, and ablative. This again is an ablative of agency, an ablative of agency or of agent, ablativus agentis, just like a quindecim viris was. Acunctis viventibus. And this is a participle from the 3rd conjugation verb vivo, vivere. Thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed that free lesson. Please like and subscribe, hit the bell. You can also become a patron at patreon.com/LatinPerDiem. And if you really loved it, you can leave a tip right here as a super fan. Thank you so much.